Hello everybody, this is Psychic Underlord giving you another video. Excited to be back with another video. This one is talking about deep fake defensive strategies. If you guys have heard the other videos talking about clones, talking about deep fakes, talking about zombies, this one is for you. It fills in the knowledge base of the understanding of what these aberrations, these apparitions generated by the destiny control matrix, the electrical equation that we live in, that we were born in, that we will exist in forever and ever, in this new ascended earth, in this new heaven here on earth. This is what has been put before us for our spiritual refinement, for our understanding of the individuals that are around us. Why does my family behave in this way? Why do my friends behave in this way? Why can't I? Why can I? Why do these people get away with it and I can't? You are an ascended person. You are a chosen one. You are a spiritual initiate. So the obstacles that happen in your life are much different from other people. And you've already known that. You've already been aware of that your entire life, but you can't even pinpoint exactly where you got it from because everyone who you thought used to be a certain way has turned to you and says, I'm no longer that way. It's almost as if everyone is transformed into some other different creature in the last 10, 20 years, and you're trying to figure out how do I continue my spiritual evolution without devolving because I think that I'm ready to be righteous. I think I'm ready for something higher. I think that I'm ready to be called into something better. I've already gone to the complete bottom of my life and now I'm ready to rise. What is out there that will allow me to do that? This spiritual ascension process that you must get, grasp, maintain, go into, come up against, confront with it, feel your way through, touch the wall in the dark, let the wall in the complete darkness lead you into the light that you cannot see now, that you must understand these people are not here for the sake of to be destroyed to humor you or to be put down to humor you. This is just a part of the process for you to be the ascended one and to inhabit the higher places, the places perhaps that they may inhabit, but it's really, if you're wise, not up to you. It has to be someplace you're called to so that you'll actually be able to belong there and not look like a fool the way that they've been looking, because these people who've been at these high places have been in the process of being figured out and being removed tragically over the last few years. Truth, righteousness, these characteristics are driving out evil in every aspect that you could imagine, in every industry, in every socioeconomic place. Everyone is looking to see who is next to be removed. And for you to ascend means that the opportunity for you to inhabit a wonderful opportunity is becoming brighter and brighter. The economic system is inhabited by managers, handlers, and supervisors of the destiny control matrices, Masonic touchstones, all these locations, all these places of dominion in human activity, all these aspects of human activity, which are managed by budgets, managed by regulations, rules, flows of commerce, trends, all these type of things. There's so many ways to use your brain at the top that it's no wonder that the zombies at the bottom don't have a chance to even think. They're exhausted, they're tired, but they're not using their minds for creative actions because that's not a part of what they're allowed to use their brains for as the upholstery of the destiny control matrix. These deep fakes, they're the people that manage and supervise and report back to the clones. So They're the people that are in the way of progress when you really think about it. But the only progress that comes to them typically is either from out in left field from someone like you, an initiate or a chosen one who they don't understand because you don't have the right ritual to make your communication understandable by someone who lives in that realm. Or it's coming from someone who is under them, who is, they know in their spiritual knowingness that the zombies are supposed to be beneath them, even if they pretend that they're all equal and they're all the same and all the same uh, nation or people or community. They do everything they can to keep those people down because that's where they belong, for the system to work as it has worked since the dawn of time. So without those who are able to identify and tag those who are different, then the clone system may be endangered by those who are like yourself. The perception of you, I don't know if you've noticed, is that it brings a lot of discomfort and fear to some people. Some people have perceived you and said, "Oh wow, they're just so different." And you don't see yourself as so different. You feel that you're just bringing up wisdom, a wisdom teaching to people. You're bringing information and positivity, good energy. You're bringing to people, but you're blind to the actual system. That the system of social and spiritual refinement is based upon confrontation, blockage, release, and opposition, so that we possess the land, that we inhabit our own land. I'm not looking for a deep fake to approve me. As I moved into my own land, this is the possession part and why confrontation is necessary. It's not physical where you're beating somebody up or have to threaten someone, but to face your fears. Sometimes your biggest fears are things you've never even touched. You're so afraid of so many things inside of you that you haven't even gone into the realm to even face these things, and you don't have any evidence of ever having faced it. That's the confrontation. And that's what the ritual puts you in front of. It puts you in a place where you have never been, to sit in places you have not been. And that is discomforting. And that is where the blockages are. Releasing those blockages is just like opening up a door and getting the key, and then so no one else can lock or unlock that door for you. You have the key yourself. And then when you go back home, you still have that key. And when you go across town, you still have that key with you. You haven't even thought about that door from last year. But that's the door you needed open. So by the time you reached your destination in the timeline, the door will be openable for you, and you're the only one that can maintain its security. The closing of it or the opening of it is in you, is in your hand. So people perceive you with trepidation. They don't know how to take a positive person. They don't know how to take a person who's not dog eat dog, or someone who's trying to sabotage or do things in a passive aggressive way, covertly, secretly. They don't know how to deal with a person that they can actually trust to do the right thing, like you, which is disconcerting to someone who was born out of an electrical equation, and they are designed in their makeup to not trust anything that's not a clone or a zombie. So they initiate things. I mean, in order to identify what is illegal, what should not be, who should not be allowed to come into the office to grade papers, who should not be allowed to come to supervise these three people on the overnight shift because they have to be XYZ kind of person. And all of these things that they make up are totally rational in their head, but it's totally irrational to you because the only thing truthfully that you're looking for is to move forward, and you don't know how to do that without having the authority. The authority does not come through the deep fakes. After you step into the ascension side, you begin your initiation. All the authority is going to come through your spiritual refinement, and you'll be able to take authority at the right time as you move and ascend. The deep fake system, it uh, it contradicts those. It's very contradictory. Uh, if you're ill suited as a clone and they can't see you because of your image, or because this is why we talk about the clone image, the image of what they're going to accept in that system, and while still maintaining your own righteousness and maintaining your own salvation, moving into authority. This is, and if you want to move in there fast, you already want to have the clothes. You don't want to have to go shopping for it. You already want to have the clothes in your ritual layers. So by the time you get to the door, it's not going to be a question of whether those were casual shoes or more dressy. Are they more of a dressy person or more of a casual Friday person? Because that could make or break a yes or no decision just on simple logic, especially when you're dealing with people who are extremely dense and extremely protective of things that they have been able to achieve, that they feel that is constantly under threat. They're under a lot of stress. They're very stressful to be around. You have come to stop all this. So if you can't serve the clone agenda on day one, they'll be questioning. So get out of that. The deep fakes will come into your life in the form of family, friends, and associates. They will disable and disconnect plans and redirect you away from authorities and platform authorities. Those those levels of clearing, when we go up the mountain and there's a clearing there, that platform authority that you gain of all this space, that where you, it's not just one little narrow thing that you have the authority to do. Now it's a whole platform of it. It's an entire realm. They would redirect you and say, hey, you want to go to Miami? Hey, you want to go with me to the birthday party? Hey, you want to drive with me, and or you drive on your own and just follow me, and then we'll just go up to New Jersey and we'll do this and do that. So that one little decision has the potential to completely take you out of the realm of even reaching that platform authority. You may have to come back later and go all the way around just to realize that, because I did make this decision, I felt that it was wrong, but I felt that I owed this person because they were my family. Because Uncle John died, so I have to go. And you make a decision against your own spiritual knowingness within, your soul is saying no, but your mouth is saying yes. Do you believe that's right? Some people want to get the ritual in the shop that says, I want my higher self to make all the decisions for me, so I don't have to worry about thinking if I made a wrong decision, because that's stressful enough. I just want to go in automatic. I just want to go wherever I'm supposed to go to get whatever I'm supposed to receive. I don't have time to think about, am I taking from someone else? Am I not being considerate enough? Am I doing this? And now, next thing you know, I'm depressed. Next thing you know, I'm up at Uncle John's funeral, and then people are saying to me, well, where were you the last 3 years in his life, or this or that? So now I'm getting guilt tripped. I'm being put in a position where I'm questioning something that is a dead question. I'm being put in position to think that my spiritual path is discourteous to other people and it hurts people. So, what kind of person am I going to become? The person they want me to be, or the person I'm called to be by the spirit realm? I don't know what to do. So, I just want my higher self to make all the decisions for me. stop me rituals. If you go into my shop and just search rituals that say stop me, I wonder what will come up. Because many of us, we need to be stopped so we can save ourselves and get on the right track. So, those platform authorities, that's a big deal. You don't want to lose out on that. But a deep fake is perfect for it because deep fakes are often very strong handed, they're very aggressive, they have a lot of clout with people. They make other people think that they're the most powerful person in the whole room, so that you better just not get on my wrong side, or else because you know deep down they're so crafty and so cunning and so manipulative that all those characteristics put together for them makes them a threat even to the best type of person that you could imagine. They become, if you become public enemy number one to a deep fake, now I'm really in trouble. How do I negotiate this? You get the rituals to cover you, so it doesn't matter what you feel like anyway. You just move through it, get the authority, and then say you get the authority, you recoup for it, and next thing you know, you're allowed to go to Uncle John's funeral. And then it's not against your spiritual pathway, because it has already shored up the timelines that it needs to get you where you're trying to go. So you're not sacrificing anything. You're just moving in authority, from authority to authority. So they will use your image identification as a way of holding authorities that should be surrendered to you. Things like, if you're worried about, still worried about what I'm wearing, where I'm going, what I'm doing, that is a very real threat. People use those things. This is why we have the Zoom protection ritual in the shop. And we also have the uh, picture and camera ritual that allows you to look right on camera. So even if you're not in three-dimensional form, they can judge you on a screen and say, I don't like the way they look on the screen. But now you don't have to worry about that, because that will no longer hurt you or hinder you in any way because of the way that the ritual operates. Love, kindness, and traditions of culture keep you under authority of deep fakes. So if you're very traditional, you're very cultural, you're very social, you want to have a loving community, you want everyone to feel special, all those kind of things, deep fakes will sit back and watch you put yourself in position so that they can get you out of that opportunity and destroy your life. They will make you feel this small, all because you want to help people, and that you don't realize that their job is to keep people at the bottom or to keep up at the top. And you're clearly not a clone. So if you're not a clone, you need to get out of this room. And that's the way they move you. That's the way they function with you. They toss you from here to there because you don't have any power as a chosen one who's not on the ascended path. You can think you're fighting people all day long. This system will unseat you, and it will surprise and shock you if you have no ritual covering and no real spiritual assignment. You will continue to operate as a person who, with their nose in the air, you'll think you're so freaking special because you're so freaking spiritual, and you will have no power. You have zero power in the real system of life. So this is why you have to understand who you're dealing with. These people are dangerous. You're not here to fight against them. You're here to go around them with the power of the divining ritual from psychicunderlord.com. This is talking about saving your life, retrofitting your life to be saved, remain in a saved status, reduce your frustration, reduce all the power struggle and the wrangling with people who are beneath you spiritually. You are only here to ascend. If you keep that in mind, you'll be able to realize you have to pick your battles, pick and choose your battles, and you can't be everything to everybody. You can't go everywhere. You can't be friends with every person. You can't always be on the good side of every person because you were meant to get these authorities and to continuously move forward. Once you gain those authorities, you may settle into a place because you have what you need for that for X amount of time. But keep in mind, your spiritual assignment will protect you if you're called to move forward again. Spiritual people, once you're saved, you can't become complacent. Complacency is a trap, and you don't have the luxury of it either. But you will have the opportunity to gain satisfaction of receiving the authorities and receiving the ability to discern who you are, what you're operating in from day to day, and to, with the power of the divining rituals, reduce your frustration and reduce the actual limitations that are on your body. Archons, this is another thing that people talk about. The archons, they observe and record, while as far as for the heavenly place, the spirit realm, as an NPC. Archons are NPCs, non-playable characters. Deep fakes create a system of distraction that is architectural, built around your interests. So they were sent by the Matrix to create things that specifically will frustrate you. By the time you show up to your new job and you've just got a raise and you're so happy about this, now you have someone who works there who you say to yourself, I don't know how I'll negotiate spiritually dealing with this person. I am I in the wrong? Did I do something wrong to deserve this? No, they're only there to present the opposition of what you represent. And if you already have the right rituals on you, those rituals that eat up that energy, those rituals that automatically cause confrontation, you reduce the pain, the frustration. You won't have to go toe to toe with this person. You won't have to worry about are they going to have even enough time to try to frame you and set you up and get you fired from your job. You won't even have they won't even have the time to do it because on day one you were covered in ritual when you walked in the door. You were just there to confront, to allow them the time to be able to get ready to leave because they can't inhabit the space with you if you have the right rituals. So, the observing and the recording, that's just temporary. But the building up the system, the day to day, the interacting with you on a consistent level, you don't have archons living at your house, they live in a community. That you come across these people incidentally. But those deep fakes, you can have a deep fake in your family who can really do set up some things with you. They could talk about you, create image or ideas about you that hurt you, but you put the rituals on and all that stuff goes away. They can't do it. So it's the architecture around your interests, what you're into, your survival plan. Do you have enough money? Do you have your own house? Do you have enough cars? Do you have enough this, enough that? So those fear of survival is one big thing that keeps people from spiritual understanding in such a major way that it's just shocking. I mean, first off, I believe someone, if you're going to let things take you out of your spiritual path, you probably were never a chosen one in the first place. But that's still enough of a head fake to keep you distracted with somebody else's life and worrying about how Joanne is going to make it and how Joanne is going to do what she has to do because she's saying that she's so this and so that she loves God so much and she's so devoted to her spirituality, all this kind of stuff. And the only thing you hear is problem after problem, and you're sucked into this because you care about people. And next thing you know, you're missing platform authorities. Next thing you know, you're dragged. Now you're going through trouble. So now you've got to do uh, work this overtime for the next 3 or 4 weeks, try to get yourself out of trouble after the car crash from Joanne. So you have to realize there is a clapback with everything that you do that's out of order. And after you come in, those clapbacks, they start to dissipate, they get out of your way. Now they're not there. Now you can just sit back and just say, what am I supposed to be doing? What do I do next? I don't know what to do. And then let it happen. Let it take place for you. The deep fake is always a level up from you until you ascend. And they're always given first provision. So if you're dealing with a deep fake, you're going to question and say, well, why am I always the afterthought to the deep fake when I'm so. See, get out of that. When you're dealing with a deep fake and you know that you haven't gone through the process of going through there and getting the complete confrontation, getting your karma cleared, uh, setting up your shields properly so that it can eat up this energy, and having those things sitting on you, and you're just saying, oh, well, I just did a ritual for my I'm watching the YouTube, but the only ritual I have is you know uh, for my erections, or for get back together with my girlfriend or something like that. You're still a chosen one. So you still got to go through the process of getting the spiritual clearing rituals, getting the global ascension rituals, looking at what types of things you're going to need to protect yourself to move forward to the next step in your life. Do you want to work at 7-Eleven for the rest of your life, or Burlington? Do you have a type of skill that you want to bring into the marketplace? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to feel financially stable? Are you tired? Are you tired enough to try to think about what I need to change? Those things are on the table for you, but you have to take the step to be able to go in that direction and pursue it. It's in the shop. It There, many of these things are self-explanatory. I'll help you if you need recommendations, just to bring you into initiation. It's a general setup that will be able to give you the layers that you need to move it. But you also have to decide, you have to take a decision to be able to move in that direction. So if you don't know where you want to be, you know, that's fine. You can stay there until you figure out what you actually want. And if you need some help, we also have rituals that will help you get a game plan for a side hustle, help you to get a game plan for a side business. You always need another mountain to climb. And when you have the mountain to climb, you'll be able to get to the clearings of the platform authorities to feel what that feels like, to just have stuff totally lifted off your shoulders and out of your way. And now the next question, as a human being, which we all have, is what next? What do I do next? Because the excitement of achievement is also coupled with the excitement of moving to another level, a higher level, or different region of a level, a different level of accomplishment. We were not meant to rot in a situation and to just pacify ourselves, anesthetize ourselves, and then die. We are here for the eternal life. We're here for the heavenly lifestyle here on planet Earth, to ascend to our position in the infrastructure and in the orbit of what is happening in the destiny control matrix here on earth, to be able to pull others through the system, to be able to identify others, to be able to receive. It's not all about the good feelings either. Once you get all the good feelings, you get the accolades, you get the respect, you get the higher position, all that kind of stuff. What really would be your next game plan? This is why you have to write down your goals and dreams so you have something you can actually go for. Once you obtain the success and it starts coming in, it's really 9 times out of 10 all about a mathematical equation. How much is it? What's it going to cost? And how soon can I get it? Once you solve that, you don't want to be a person who has, I don't believe you'll get there this way and then slit your wrist like many other people who have done it in an unascended world. Clones, people who've gotten success, and you're saying, well, hey, you won live, then you blow your brains out. You know, these are big question. So, because of that, you want to make it real to yourself that I do have a reason to live. I do have a reason to live for another 100 years. What would that look like? And what would that look like day to day if money were not a question? What would you do on a day to day basis? Can you create something that you actually can live for? Not just to dwell in and exist in, or figure out who you can give money to, but what would make you live and make you purposeful? And what do you need? Do you need health? Do you need the articulation of your limbs and your knees and your back? What kind of health things do you need? You want to take care of, uh, to be able to put yourself in a different type of position. So these are really questions for people who want to go far in the spiritual life. I thank you so much for viewing this video. Visit our shop at Etsy, psychicunderlord.com, and we look forward to helping you and talking to you guys soon. Have a great day.